Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video on a problem that's been plaguing the Rocket League community recently. I've been seeing posts about people talking about facing bots in their ranked games, and it's happened more than once. So it's not necessarily just a big coincidence. And well, tonight I was queuing a bunch of 1v1 games, and I ended up running into two of them. Although at first I was a little bit skeptical of them, once I reported them eventually and then saved the replay to take a look, it reminded me a lot of this bot by the name of Nexto. I'll toss them some gameplay up here. But I noticed that it didn't really like going in the air to do anything on its own. It really relied on its ground mechanics and on its flicks. And it was something that was super apparent to me. Like, for example, right here, he did a blind flick without really knowing that I was coming. I mean, sure, you have audio cues, but realistically, what player is going to be doing that with ball cam off? And then we had a second flick right here, which was very good control, a very high flick, and then just a good shot. So, kind of weird. After that last match, I ended up playing against a real player, had a real match, and then on my last game of the night, I ended up facing this player. They seemed kind of weird, and I noticed very similar patterns to what happened with the first match. So, similar to them, they didn't really go for kickoff. They kind of just ended up boosting towards it and then flipping in the direction that I needed to go. They specialized in dribbles. So they had really good flicks. They really worked on their ground game. And they didn't really take too many things in the air, as we can see. They mainly just work on catching and getting a good flick on target. Really taking advantage of whenever I would end up baiting the bullet. Another thing is that any kind of touch in the air, it would mainly just be a single tap. It would just be a flip to something, or it would be a challenge. And whenever it was defending, it would push all the way back before it would decide to challenge you at all. Which is very, very much the behavior that shows the AI, the GC ranked AI, Nexto. I did notice that I had difficulty reading stuff in the air, such as an air dribble. I managed to get the 50 here to finish it off. And, well, more air dribbles. I'm sure it could probably have a lot of difficulty reading ceiling shots as well, and resets. So, as those are a lot more mechanically confusing for what an algorithm would try to be learning. On its kickoffs, it would just be boosting. It wouldn't really be trying to do much. And it would just flip in the direction of which you came from. So, managed to get a good cut there. But it continued with its flicks. And it's very jittery movement. I think that's the thing that ended up tipping me off the most, is that it would just move very jittery. So I decided to do a little bit more research on this last player. 3.4 thousand hours in the game. And if we look at their 1v1 graph here, it's kind of weird. So we see that throughout they were ranked high gold in 1v1s, and it wasn't until, and I checked, December 30th all the way to January 3rd that they ended up climbing all the way from gold 2 or gold 3 all the way up to diamond 3 division 4. So of course Rocket League players sometimes end up avoiding ones, and I completely understand that. I think it's a good idea to go ahead and play the game, but anyway. But I digress. We can go ahead and look at a different playlist. Maybe it's different. Maybe they just finally decided to put in the time to rank up their 1v1. No, their 2v2 looks the exact same. We can see on this graph that their highest peak beforehand had been in Champ 1. However, on the same date, December 30th all the way to January 3rd, at the time of this recording, this person went from Diamond 1, Div 4, all the way to Champ 3, Div 3. This person is pushing GC within a matter of a few days. If something doesn't look suspicious, I'm sorry, I am wrong. But to me, this doesn't seem like normal growth. And I've seen a lot of players grow in a very short amount of time. This does not look normal. I think there's a boosting service going on. This understandably has gotten a lot of people involved in this game very worried. Some people are fearing, like this comment right here, fearing that the push towards GC is going to be pretty much gatekept by these AI. And in fact, someone else ended up finding out that one of these bots, or a bot similar to this, was actually competing in a 1900 lobby. 1900 lobby. And they were suspecting for them to be a boosting service of some sort. So I just wanted to make this video. I feel like this is an important issue, an important topic that I want everybody to be informed about. Please go ahead and share this information to whoever you know, and please report any suspicious bot behaviors that you see. So usually that's going to be only staying on the ground, not really going for the kickoff correctly, and then being completely clueless on how to defend something in the air. That's all for now. I really don't like this situation. Hopefully Psionics can fix it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.